the Spirit Siphon build, which I think particularly, you're still going to struggle. First one is to deal with that damage, and there we go.
Here it goes.
The stealing of the wolves, and of course he gets extra damage to that wolf, so krylat is like, no! Come back to me! But he already lost it. His mind is gone, my friend. This is like the scene where Loki takes Hawkeye in the Avengers, and everyone knows.
Spoilers.
That's the first, it's like at the beginning of the movie.
I've never seen Avengers.
I unfortunately had to watch that.
There's going to be a Blightstone as well here. Yeah, Dukalis is just having a fun time versus the Wolves.
And then you get it like, oh, 21 gold. All right, well, I was wasting my time here.
Nice first wave here for Desperate, of course, as you normally have on the mid lane Mars. It's actually gone for the second point in Bulwark.
That idea.
I do like this because a lot of the Puck's damage in lane, yes, it's magical, but a lot of it will come from the physical attack build that we tend to see. I mean, Desperate's done it 2 games in a row here, so you should kind of, by this point, know what it looks like. So I think that's going to actually do well to mitigate a little bit of our Puck's damage, especially if you miss uphill like that, Young G. Come on now.
I wonder if this is a game where what, you max full or go for the axe build?
The Phalanx?
Yeah, the Phalanx. It's not actually that bad if you're a mid-Mard farm, right? I don't know how good the lane's going to be. Meanwhile, bottom, thanks to the Phoenix, it's not easy to damage the Cooman, so I think this lane's going to be much easier than last time. But of course, the Shadow Demon plus Blood.
It is, yeah. And again, much like last game, was it VANSKOR? Was it? No, but wasn't it VANSKOR on the Phoenix last game as well?
Yeah, I want to say.
Yeah, much like last game, this is another lane where, you know, hey, if the Phoenix doesn't have Icarus dive, we can kill him. So you can kind of see he's playing off in the wings, just harassing when he can with whatever abilities that are on cooldown. But again, that's a pretty limited amount of spells here for this stage of the game for our Phoenix.
And even if you have it, you disrupt the mid-flight as well. So it all depends on trying to set up for it. Like I said, though, the big issue here is that you have 2 heroes that depend on spells for harassment, which is not great against 2 strength heroes lane, because obviously they have high HP, not great armor, so you can't take advantage of their top lane because the existence of the Chen. This lane.
Yeah, I mean, Dukalis right now is tanking. Oh my goodness, look at the. What is this cast range?
Wow. This is such stupid creep to. It's so dumb. I'm glad they took away his mana, so now it's not just a... this creep used to contribute to global warming, because it was a throwaway creep. I used to buy it, and then get a bunch of damage, and then let her die. Now she's a bit more useful. It's dead. Yeah. Goodbye, krylat. Easy kill for HR, honestly. Simple penitence, and that would deter.
Yeah, seriously. Penitence, Blightstone, and see you later. They might even go for Dukalis. They couldn't even body block with the Wolves. It was a noble effort, but the Boar Poison Slow, even level 2, is just proven to be too much for them to overcome. And that's not going to be an issue that's mitigated at any point here, really, by Lycan, other than having shapeshifters. They're going to now try for a kill on the Cooman. Big old crits coming out courtesy of the Disruption Illusions. Icarus dive, nice and aggressive. You can afford to do that now because you know Disruption and Blood Right's on cooldown, and he's just looking to harass a little bit.
And that's how you're supposed to play the lane as well. You know the Bloodseeker is not the best hero. Well, you get the initial bout of damage, you survive it, yeah, fight back. It's so if they have nothing else to do. Melis makes a slight mistake there. Good losing the glyph there to make sure that the tower can't kill the creep, and then proceed to go and aggro to him. Very smart glyph there. And krylat in the top lane might die a second time. He might need boots this.
That's what I was saying. That's kind of what I was getting at, right? If you don't get boots, this is going to happen all game to him. I mean, it's not even as worse as it'll be, right? Because these boys
lane especially are
still only level 2, right? Yeah. I mean,
that's the power peak for the boards, though. Level 2
the 20%, yeah. I mean,
well, it's because the damage doubles.
Sure. But I think right with the slow, especially against a hero that doesn't have boots, they're easy to be moving what? I mean, I don't know what 40%. 4x3, 120.
Not for you.
Yeah, 180, right? Something like that.
That's just so... +1.
Yeah, either way. I mean, no, yeah, it doesn't... Yeah, but it's awful, right? It's so slow. Yeah. No, what I mean is when he does get these boars level 4, which he's going to max first, right?
Sure.
I don't know what you do as Lycan, because you're right, the damage peak, that's not what I'm talking about here, though. It's just when you move that slow, you're going to get in 3, 4, 5 extra auto attacks, which is...
Yeah, but by then you have shapeshift, and ideally you're not going in lane. I don't know, it might be the game where you need boost. But I think that, because Lycans nowadays, I always like talking because the Feral Impulse is not global, how Lycan can be played nowadays, that once you get Shapeshift, you fight with Shapeshift, with the hero, and then once you're done with that, you fight only with your creeps, sending them to get the kills, right? Because Feral Impulse will still affect them even if you're far away, so there's no need for you to play that aggressively.
These wolves have no chance, man.
I mean, Dukalis is literally alone trying to kill the animal population.
Oh, they even get the deny on the wolf too, add insult to injury. Dukalis pings that, he's not having a fun time.
Very often. is really a man versus beast kind of lane for the guys at the PuckChamp. And usually it's like it by the Zoo. In this case, the Chen is just a bit powerful.
He's just too strong. I mean, I think this game, if you wanted to counter it and be even wilder, you go for something like the Enchantress, and you have just all the wildlings in the top lane.
In the mid lane, by the way, we saw that the Mars actually doing quite well against Puck. I was not expecting it to do that well. I don't know this matchup by heart. Seems like Mars is just much more powerful than Puck. His lane clear is good, right? They have good control as well, and a potential stun, which threatens shapeshift. And he just keeps pushing the Puck away. Something that we commonly see on a Mars against melee heroes, and potentially kills against melee heroes. Against Puck is more of an annoyance. You haven't won the lane, but you haven't lost it. You're kind of equal to the level you want to be at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so far, pretty good all around for HellRaisers. Top lane is going quite swimmingly. That's going to slow down our Lycan's farm quite considerably. Still has 30 CS though, so despite really just having a bad lane, he's already got Necro 1 on the way. This is to be countered, however, exactly almost second by the Beastmaster's own Necro 1, as his courier is going to be a little bit closer. So technically a little win here for Rezo. Necro 1 delivered. He can look to actually push a little bit if he wants to. See here, I think our Lycan is just going to leave the lane rather than build boots though.
He's much better, I'm telling you. Like, the way you play Lycan is just not by the boots. I mean, it's not very expensive. The way you play Lycan is so efficient that you use. Okay, desperate. The way you play Lycan is so efficient that usually you don't have the time for that, especially if you go for the top of the thumbnail nowadays, which actually makes it hard. Astral in arena one, very good arena. VANSKOR doesn't have the Icarus dive, and the Bloodseeker joins in as well, trying to kill Cooman. They're gonna kill VANSKOR first. He tries to run towards the enemies to give as much space as possible for Cooman, and it works. He's gonna get away from the top lane. They also finish up. Good rotation by the Mars though.
Yep, very good rotation. I think he did TP over for that one, but those are the ways that you get yourselves a level 1 arena to be impactful, right? Because it can be rather difficult, even when you do have the level advantage and phase boots. You need every single sort of element of surprise that you can get to make your level 1 arenas nice and impactful. And that's a good one. The Desperate off to a good start here. Gets a single, only one kill rather, onto the Phoenix, and they will lose their tier 1 for this in the meantime. So it's not all sunshine and roses for them.
What, for PuckChamp, you mean?
Yeah,
no, certainly not.
That was Roar, by the way.
They're going for a kill here on Bloodseeker as well. And see that Melis is gonna die to the spirits. Yeah, nice hit there by VANSKOR. But Melis kills enough. Oh, the Ancients! By the Ancients, trying to murder him. They go into the low ground. Krylat's ready to fight, going for Cooman. And it's not too difficult to kill. He might get the reincarnation.
No, he didn't want him. He didn't want it.
It's not worth it early. VANSKOR is going to die. He did get the point in reincarnation though, interestingly enough. But he didn't have the mana for it, so he didn't prepare for it.
Can you level up when you're dead? Like, obviously, can you assign skill points?
You can, but if you don't want to lose reincarnation there, what would you want to lose it later?
No, I agree. I think he got it after he died. I think he got it immediately after he died.
Yeah, but I can't tell if that was on purpose or...
I can't tell either. No, me neither.
So, I don't know if he had any intention of getting it right as he was dying. Bye-bye.
See, Astral. Yeah, I can't imagine he did. Otherwise, he probably would have popped the wand as well,
exactly.
Right? Yeah,
I don't know. It's difficult to judge. Because the crits by Lycan make it really difficult to tell if he's going to kill you now or like in a couple more attacks. So he's probably trying to play it as safe as possible, or sorry, as risky as possible. Opponent desperate. Goes to the illusion season. Primal Roar immediately, but the arena Blood Riot, a stronger combo, and here comes initiation by PuckChamp. They can do Desperate's dying, bringing it down, but Desperate will fall to the Zoo. Never mind, the units are more powerful right now than anything PuckChamp can throw at you. That's level 1 Necros, oh my goodness, plus 4s, plus the Harpy. Harpy from the early game, by the way.
Plus Medallion, plus Penitence. I mean, it's like a lot of damage here,
I misread that fight completely. I did not expect HellRaisers.
Yeah, he just got eaten alive here. I mean, look at
all
this.
The units damage. Dream Coil as well. They're going to continue this aggression. They both break the Dream Coil. That's not... Well, I guess they were dead anyway.
Wow.
Okay. Now HellRaisers starting to put the early game.
Yeah, I say, hey, you guys said that old teams, old dogs can't learn new tricks. Well, look at us here. We're doing exactly what PuckChamp did to us basically in game 1.
Your team literally had a dog. We can beat him, it's fine. And with Wraith King, I mean, he's not as fast as Lycan, of course, but his skeletons do serve to push early.
They do. They serve at his will.
Yeah. What build is Cooman going for? Shard early. Oh, it's the Zerg Rush, Wraith King. No, seriously, in the beginning of the patch, what Wraith Kings used to do, no joke, is they used to run for the reincarnation Ags, right? Sorry, the Ags and the Shard, and used to go for Blink Dagger with usually Armlet, which we're not seeing here, might get it later. And the idea is that you just overwhelm the enemy team with units, you overwhelm in the early mid-game, and they just don't have enough weight clear to deal with you. And that's the build. I don't disagree, though I think Radiance is pretty solid this game, but...
Yeah, I mean, he can't the Shard for another 10 minutes
yeah, so
anyway.
he's Radiance into the Shard immediately, so it's going to be the Zork Rush Wraith King build.
Yep, we got to start building the wall here. You got to get your supply depot, your barracks in between here, making sure that your main ramp for your natural is protected here. I don't know. That's about all the StarCraft I know. I'm like bronze.
No, I mean that was what the build was called. I don't know what is StarCraft. I'm just saying that's what the build was called in the beginning on Reddit because it was very popular on Wraith. It was like the build that they used to use on Wraith King when he first came out.
They're gonna lose this tower. I don't think PuckChamp can fight this.
How does he have 3 Harpy StarCraft?
Don't worry about it.
What is this? Did he clone them? How did he get this? I mean, it's okay. So 10 minutes.
When a harp,
assuming you get a camp clear every minute, right? You got what 11 camps more or less right now, and you got 3 out of those camps to be Harpies. Insane.
When a Harpy dad and when a Harpy mom love each other very much, Alvaro.
I hate you.
They give each other a nice little shock, and then a third Harpy pops out.
Little shock.
Yeah.
Is that what happens? That would.
Well, I mean, how else?
Is that how Harpies procreate?
Well, probably, right? I mean, if they got to use a chain lightning.
I thought you were gonna tell me that the Harpy brings in. The Harpy Stork brings in a baby.
No, it's a human that runs in.
Oh, a human runs in for Harpies.
Yeah, an Olympian sprinter runs in and brings them there.
Hey, I'm here for DHL. Did anyone order a baby Harpy? Take the tier 2 tower up top, taking the power of the Harpies.
That's great.
And mid lane, they destroy the tower as well. Not bad, actually. I mean, tier 2 for tier 1, not great, but at least you take the most valuable tier 1 in the game, which is mid.
That's true. I mean, it's important that you take that as well, because they've already lost their own tier 1 tower, so they can't really afford to open up or really lose any sort of advantage here. Now, at least this opens up the enemy jungle, which you can see Melis is going to be doing a little bit of farming in before he realizes there's creep hitting the tier 3 tower. That's free farm.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Bloodseeker this game, him and Shadow Demon are the best dead laners, but since your Bloodseeker's behind, you should totally have him always pushing out his dead lane with the Blood Wraith. Unfortunately, now that Blood Wraith's damage got a bit nerfed, there's no point in getting Veil Discord anymore, because the trick was before, it used to go for 1 point in Blood Rage, Veil Discord, and max Blood Wraith, and even without the talent, you were able to one-shot the range creep, and once you got the talent, up to minute 15, you were capable of one-shotting the melee creeps too.
I really like this, by the way. There's a Crimson Guard queued up, which is a fantastic item here against HellRaisers. Someone really needs a Crimson this game, and I think it makes sense to build it on Melis, right? Because, like you said, he's a really good dead laner, but with the amount of nuke damage and the amount of summons that they could bring, he needs to be careful he doesn't become a dead laner.
Nice little fun. Anyway, what I like about the Bloodseeker as well is actually the drum build, Primal Roar. And the Supernova in the high ground. There's so many creeps though hitting krylat. I think he's gonna die to the Harpies. They can't beat the Harpies. The Arena of Blood, great God of War against a bunch of animals. Who's going to win? The animals. Yet again, Dukalis
He's got a double kill, dude.
And they're gonna kill an Economicon units as well to make sure that krylat will lose his pets. That is insane. I'd never heard of this myth before, where Ares tried to fight a bunch of Harpies and he lost.
Yeah, man.
Prometheus is grinning. He's like, yeah, told you so. The Harpies are scary,
you know,
dude.
Styx, they want you to stop stealing the Harpy stacks and feeding it to Cerberus, man. They work hard for those things. They're done.
So I was going to say is what I like about the drums build, the Crimson Guard build, is that it allows Bloodseeker to deal more consistent damage by auto-attacking rather than depending just on your Blood Right damage, which is great against
Lil's
Chen.
like, come here, my Harpies, be healed.
I mean, it's ridiculous. He's kept them since like minute 1.
He really has. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just thought it was funny.
No, but that's a point they made. That's why I like the Bloodseeker's build. But right now, HellRaisers playing this a bit too quick, and they don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah, seriously.
Zork Rush build, by the way, is really useful because you have a unit creator, so obviously the skeletons get created on each unit, so you get a bunch of skellies then.
Yeah, and unfortunately for PuckChamp, even if you do have like a Crimson Guard right now, the Guard active only lasts for 12 seconds, which is what you need for on the buildings, and well, there's no timer here on our Harpies, as you can see.
Yeah. What is build is Mars going for?
Probably Deso, if I had to guess.
Yeah, okay, so Deso. Probably the right build, because that's the best way to clear build.
Yeah, looks like it.
Slow courier.
Oh, it is really slow.
My goodness, what did he eat for lunch?
Why? He's got an empty bottle, that's why.
Is this a fishing crab? I think. It has an empty bottle? No, it doesn't.
No, this is... No, that's not a thing anymore, remember?
Oh, it's not?
Remember when you could bottle curl the couriers would move at like 40% mid-shoot?
And your mid laner was still using
Yeah,
it anyway.
well, of course, yeah. Especially if your name was EG.
Yeah, it's true, actually. They committed to that. Alright, Roshan will fall here from HellRaisers.
Yeah, poor Roshan. He's never had this many friends inside the pit. I mean, oh my goodness.
Seriously, Skeletons, Chen,
Skeletons dancing on the
Beastmaster,
way out.
Necronomicon. I think it's time for Beastmaster to also buy Helm of the Dominator at this point.
I think,
Let's make it a full zoo, dude.
let's get like an AC going. Let's get a Flats for the boys.
Well, actually, a Blaz is a really good idea for Beastmaster.
Yeah.
AC's not a bad idea. Chen probably has a mech right now.
Chen does have mech. That's even better.
Oh, he's going for his own Crimson.
Lord. Yeah, he is.
He's a Bloodseeker. I hear you like blood, so here's a Crimson.
Oh, jeez. This is... Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look real bad. I mean, here's the thing, right, is that we've got, like, decent enough wave clear for a PuckChamp, right?
Oh, VANSKOR?
I think those are just drums to get the coward.
No, but VANSKOR was right next to the Mart. I think he just didn't get
He's
seen.
fine. Desperate is just...
Desperate for a kill.
What's going on? He's just camping for a little bit.
I'm not really sure what the plan was there, but
Oh,
did you find something?
he killed his courier. He killed the Puck's courier.
Oh, that was the plan.
So that's, I mean, I don't know if that was the plan per se, but
That was the plan.
you gotta kill.
General Mars reporting for duty. It's like he really hates animals now, so he just has to murder the couriers.
Seeing that he is a general, that's actually something they say a lot about modern warfare, is that, battlefield tactics, whatever, the professionals care about logistics, and if you kill the courier, that's just about logistics base as you can get. Melis is unable to TP out, as they just have too much damage for him.
It's bombing the enemy supply lines, right?
Well, yeah, the logistics, right?
No, I mean, by literally killing the couriers, like bombing the enemy supply lines.
That's part of the logistics, yeah.
I know,
absolutely.
adding to your point. The Ether Lane's almost done on the Shadow Demon, which will help him out a bit to survive in these fights. But honestly, with Beastmaster and Puck, it's so difficult because they just run units at you.
Yeah.
You don't know how to deal with them. Wraith King is the least fun hero on HellRaisers.
Yeah, this is kind of unbelievable. The Chen is like not that far behind him for a Chen, all things considered.
He's close to the Bloodseeker. He has no farming ability.
This Chen's gonna
Medallion. He's pretty much playing Broodmother.
Lil's gonna go for an Abyssal Blade this game, I feel like. Just turn it up to 11 here in this game for him. I got a double kill, guys. He saw Skem do it once. He's like, I can do that too.
Oh, wow. Now you take the tier 2 tower bottom. I mean, what do you do?
What do you do?
Seriously, you cannot beat this zoo build.
This looks like it's turbo mode, and your just towers are made of paper mache.
PuckChamp is like checking their strats. Like, did we pick the Lycan?
Yeah.
Are we sure about this?
Yeah, speaking of Lycan, what's he got here? He's got Necro 3 and drums.
Ironically, the best way to counter a Lycan is with your own zoo.
It's true, that's what I said.
He doesn't have good area clear.
That's what I said in the draft. They can just kind of beat him up with all these summons.
I didn't think that was actually going to happen to this ridiculous extent, but you're right.
So they could go for the roar. Puck nearby. Oh, he's gonna get pinned to the trees first, but there's gonna be Young G setting up for the coil. They're gonna now turn onto him, commit 2 ultis here for the kill onto the Puck. Make sure you hit him from the back, Reza. Yeah, there we go. As they will get that kill. They're fighting in the mid lane here. The hand god used. Cooman actually will drop his first life. Look how fast krylat is. Yeah, that's gonna stun krylat though. Okay, sit down, dog, as he will sit for a little bit. Cooman though is gonna be able to not TP away. Disruption will ensure that. He will actually end up dropping.
It's okay, guys. It's the 3. It doesn't matter. He's the lowest net worth in your team out of the cores. It's fine. Chen is almost better than him at this point.
Yeah, at this point, Lil's going to have more farm than the Wraith King, who is not having that bad of a game, mind you. He's already got the Radiance at 18 minutes. This is, like, not unusual farm for him.
Yeah, that's the build I was talking about, right? You see Radiance into Shard, into Blink Dagger. That's the Zoo build, or the Zerg build. And ideally, I'd like an Axe later on, too. The good thing about this build is that you're useful even without much farm, so you don't depend as much on your timings as the Wraith King, and you kind of rely more on the other cores to bring the real damage, and then late game you're still strong, of course. So Puck and Beastmaster, as long as they itemize this way, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and actually like a completely unironic thing that happened. Oh, no, never mind. We'll still have the boys here. I was wondering where they were. I was
he keeps fighting harpies. What is this?
I mean, this is maybe his ideal early game setup, I imagine, for him. You got 2 boys up front to tank, some magic dealers. You got these position 3, position 2, and then both supports here. Is really Chen is playing his own game.
His own game of Dota. You need a Helm of the Dominator for the final gear, for the final.
No, I mean, he is the final one, right?
Oh, right, yeah, he's the true carry.
Oh,
Astral
my goodness. Yeah,
died to Resolution alone.
Yeah,
Who also has his own zoo, by the way.
Why not? And the Blink Dagger now.
Yeah, the Blink Dagger is very useful. We had it earlier as well with the Mars build. You're gonna have Dukalis, who support deaths, not bad. These supports are kind of necessary for them. And the Necronomicons are afraid.
No. I mean, they can't fight.
Zoo battles!
I mean, there's no chance, though, here.
Oh, the Puck clears your zoo too easily. Oh, nice spaceship to avoid the damage from
and now krylat's in a really bad spot here as well. If they scout him, they will, but Lil is not going to be fast enough to catch up. This is going to allow Melis to drop a Rupture onto Chen. He's just going to see you later. Spear is going to catch PuckChamp. They will be killing him off. Then the heal actually is doing a lot of work here. Supernova outside the arena, and the dog inside though. That's a friendly arena, so down goes the Phoenix. Rezo could be next to drop as the Demonic Purge will let him move at full speed, but he's not going to be fast enough to dodge the Blood Right. There's 3 deaths there for the HellRaisers. The Zoo's letting them down.
A little bit too cocky, right? I mean, I know you're strong, you're not that strong. You're still missing the shard on Wraith King. He has the timing for it. You should just be waiting for that to happen. And you were fighting pretty much without the puck available there because he just used the trick coil for an earlier kill. So again, calm down, right? You have the advantage, but Chen, you take a long time to recover those creeps.
You do.
One of the biggest issues is Chen, and one of the reasons why Chen plays so defensively, Dubu always talks about this. It's just impossible to recover the creeps as the game goes on because the less map control you have, the more you want to give those creep camps to your carries.
Yeah.
But if you do that, then you don't have any creeps.
It's a lot like old SF when he had 36 souls and you would kill him once and he'd be like, well, I gotta go jungle for 5 minutes.
This is my game for now.
And then you would gank him in the jungle and he'd start a step behind here. If anything, it's worse for the Chen, as you're saying. And that's why I was commenting earlier, oh, he lost his creeps in that last one. No, he didn't. They were fine.
Yeah.
But now Lil's gonna have to restart from step 1. He's got a full Crimson Guard here on Chen.
Huge, by
he
the way.
is really keeping pace here with Melis, who is going to be beat to the punch here to the Crimson Guard by the Chen, by the looks of it.
I cannot believe it. He doesn't have more farm than Melis, though. That's because he went for drums.
He doesn't, but he's also not. I mean, 500 gold is like.
Does he not have boots, by the way, on the Chen?
On the Chen? No, he does.
Oh, you did brown boots, though.
Yeah.
Coffee. BKB on Mars, though. Another
yeah, it's always really weird when I see Alvaro drinking coffee out of his boots in the morning.
Well, it's not. Well, in Spain, that's what we do, right? We have a brown boot specifically for coffee, hence why in Spanish Dota we call them coffee boots. Or those cafés.
Got you.
Or color puerta is also fine. From the Peruvians in the chat.
There it is.
Desperate with this BKB, I think they can win the next fight, honestly, unless they fight. I don't know how impactful the Wraith King can be, because again, this build is more of a 2-3-ish build of utility, and it's not as strong, I think.
Yep, they drop the coil on the Bloodseeker. We've got Deso now on the Young G. That's more than enough damage as the, oh my goodness, now it's the late game Zoo already. The Alpha Wolf is really, really useful for its aura. But Will's like, guys, you left the core outside of the smoke. Come back.
Can you get the Crimson soon on Chen? And we'll just wait for that, I suppose, right? You have the shard already on the Wraith King.
Pardon me, he's basically already there, yeah. Melis
has his Crimson.
He's got his Crimson, yeah. I think it's going to happen. Chen's going to beat him. Yeah, Chen's going to beat him.
You might be able to force a fight here with Chen, where you have solo Crimson advantage, and of course the shard, without the Bloodseeker having zone.
Oh, Young G, let him get the Crimson Guard, man. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. They checked the map.
Let's see, can you force a tower with Desolator? Not that.
Yeah, with Deso, this should be a pretty easy push. Phase shift attack has been taken, unsurprisingly. Cooman, it looks like he's needs to charge up a few more of the skeletons. No, looks like not. Doesn't look like it.
Okay, this is a bit more risky because, of course, they can still take away your mana when they're going to look on units. So that's one thing. And I thought that was the idea of the build, but I think he realizes now with the BKBs, he needs to take charge. He needs to be a dominant Wraith, become more of a carry. And with Radiance, Sanjay Nyasha, that's more of the build. I still think shard is a nice, like, 4th, 5th item, but if you want to deal physical damage now, because I think they saw the BKB for Mars, so if you want to deal physical damage now, you need Wraith King to start itemizing a bit different, which I think is the right choice. I like when people will rethink their item choices in the middle of the game, because that shows adaptability and also not confidence, but not cockiness.
I mean, anyone can just open a guide and follow it, right?
And everyone can always go for the same build every game, or not think of their choices, because they're like, oh, but I was thinking about shard, so I'm just going to go for shard anyway. Nope. Rethinking these choices is the right way to go. Please learn this for you.
Oh, there's a DD in the bottom lane here. If that's that's going to be picked up by Puck, rather. Young G already on the way. Probably will just be looking to kick off the fight here. It's also a bottle refill. PuckChamp, they feel pretty strong as well off the timing of this Crimson Guard, which is not insignificant here this game, folks. You rarely see this item purchased these days anymore, but if there's a game for it, holy moly is it this game. 100% chance for 12 seconds to block 70 damage, works on your buildings as well. I mean, this game, if we just look at all the units they have that are going to be dealing roughly less than 70 damage, it's basically going to nullify one creep wave push, if you can kind of think about it.
Yeah. What's the... Oh, I was going to ask what does the build on Lycan, but right now we have just one important. Yeah, I already got AC. That's what I was asking. So AC for Crimson Guards can help mitigate the 2 damage a lot. Nice. Almost didn't catch Melis. Oh, they go for the Lycan, much more valuable. Probably did use shapeshift though before he got stunned. But he just got wasted instead. Dreamcool from behind. Young G hoping to finish out the TP. As Desperate is forced to hit his BKB. And Young G is gonna say goodbye as he gets destroyed thanks to the Arena of Blood. But VANSKOR did use the Supernova defensively to make sure they couldn't go any further. The Skellies keep the enemy team at bay, and in the end they'll be happy-ish with that trade. Because you force the shapeshift as well, so it's a beneficial trade for HellRaisers. It's a good smoke.
Yep.
But maybe Young G a bit too hate.
Yeah, a little bit here. Just maybe got muscle memory. I see DP, I must kill DP. Ultimately, not that impactful here for the team fight of PuckChamp. The important kill, as you said, was the Lycan. So a 1-for-1 trade there. Not too bad. Unfortunately, we don't get the tier 2 tower, as PuckChamp immediately are able to kind of push them back and force them to concede that the ground there, and we're able to de-push the wave. So I would say it's kind of a loss for HellRaisers. I mean, I think the Chen, you can already see he's kind of already starting to fall off a little bit. No more is he about to overtake Cooman in terms of farm, but he has overtaken Velas in terms of farm here, so let's still... Oh, uh-oh. They missed the spear up. They missed the spear. He's going to TP.
Yep, that's fine.
See ya.
Astral Aether Lens, but no mobility and he's very slow. So.
Very slow hero here on the SD.
Yeah, so what you're saying is right, but it's a good point, right? He's being MVP, but he's not being himself, because now they're associating much more farm, or they're getting much more farm for try to go for this initiation. I think you can totally defend it if you're HellRaisers. You got Drink Coil available. The enemy team has Arena, so just be careful with that. No Supernova though, which is a big deal.
Yeah,
nice silence.
Land a 2-man silence. No primal roar. No, oh, it is. My bad.
Yeah. Right to deter them. They can manage to Sean. Engages immediately. And with the power roar, can they kill the Mars in time? We did hear Rupture as well. I believe it was the Wraith King. First life of this raid. They don't kill the Mars because the Cheese saves desperate. But he's out of BKBs. The Phoenix is in trouble. Cooman still didn't lose his first life, but he is not doing too much against krylat, who's just running around, murdering everyone. VANSKOR finally falls, but now with a stun, they're capable of unleashing and murdering this poor wolf as desperate. Also in trouble. No second life for him. Gonna fall. Cooman going further. Can't do his DP. Astral, where are you going? Down to the graveyard.
Now he's just got to win the match here, and he's going to be able to harvest his bones. As our Wraith King, he misses his bones, but he's got plenty of them this game here. 2, 2, and 4. It's his first real fight that he has a lot of impact in. PuckChamp fighting around the Roche pit there. Unfortunately, just don't get the initiation they're quite looking for. krylat loses the Aegis immediately. Uses the shapeshift on the second life. Kind of just gets controlled and dies.
I'm surprised by how the Lycan proposed that. When he had shapeshift, he could have just run around them and ignored the Wraith completely. But instead, he gets hit by the Wraith Fire Blast towards the end, which is surprising. Because first of all, you're faster than that projectile. So him hitting you with that means you're trying to run towards it. Don't turn in time, right? Not the best fight by krylat there, unfortunately. I think he has so much weight on his shoulders because he has to do everything this game. And you know, he's the enemy his offlaners aren't really doing enough initiation. The Mars initiation is strong, but can't be impeccable. So you have to deal with the supports. So cut that lane. You have to kill the enemy carry because it's the main source of damage. You also have to make sure that your supports are protected. Nobody's doing that for you because Mars is the initiator and Bloodseeker just exists.
Bloodseeker is kind of just existing out here. He's just kind of vibing.
He breathes, you know?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He's like, hey, you want to donate to the blood bank?
Yeah, exactly.
What blood bank? What do you mean? This is Dota 2. No, it's for me.
Please. Can I take him down?
Nice silence.
Yeah, it's because they had Wraith Fire Blast ready.
Oh, we'll take a look at how much damage. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a bit of damage. Roll, commit.
Yeah, they can desperate.
Can they, though?
With the creeps? Yeah, he has to turn his back. BKB used. Skelly's chasing after him. Okay. They could have committed a bit more for that kill, but I kind of understand.
They could have. I think they're having flashbacks to game number 1, though, where they kind of lost the game from this position. So definitely don't want to do that, because this time it's not game 1, it'll be the series. All right, our Bloodseeker here, he needs to get a couple more items. krylat as well really only has just the AC and the Necro 3.
He's really been starved for farm. You don't play it like it to play from behind, right?
No, no.
Like, this Lycan is closer or more akin to like an offlane Lycan, where you still have impact in the fights, but you're not the main carry, and that's fine. But as a carry Lycan, being behind the enemy carry, and not having the map control to deal with him either, it makes it much more difficult to play. And you don't have someone to take that mantle off you. You know, Mars, because of the lack of initiation in the offlane, cannot become a complete carry. And the Bloodseeker, honestly, as an offlane Bloodseeker, I just don't think this hero is that strong as an offlaner anymore. I think Rupture is a bit overstated, especially early. I don't think Bloodright deals that much damage. I can see the idea for this if you go for like a carry-like build, and I think his build is fine. But the hero just doesn't do as much as other offenses.
Yeah, I think this game, right? I think PuckChamp they probably instead they're thinking, man, we really would have done a lot better with something like an Underlord this game, for example.
Or whatever, something to stun, honestly. Let's see. Catch Astral.
Yeah, Melis isn't here. It's 5v4.
Okay, they might be able to kill the Chen early though, even without Melis, but Dukalis and Astral already already dead.
He's
Chen
full HP,
survives,
by the way.
thanks to Hand of God and Mechanism. They do rupture the Phoenix, not that he cares. Trinko finally on Desperate, and now he is just like his name indicates, dead.
Yep. Krylat's gonna run around here and just farm in the
They're
jungle.
going for the Bloodseeker as well. TP'd there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the wrong TP by Melis. He wanted to help his team, but instead he helped the enemy team. Get more
Yeah,
farm.
he actually TP'd, I think, to the bottom tier 3 tower because he was farming right where Krylat is, or Krylat is. Yep, GG's called. That's going to be the game. HellRaisers will take it. He TP'd in. It was a 5v4 immediately. HellRaisers, they nuke both supports super easily. By that time, Lycan's like, this fight's over. He tries to run away. Desperate is kind of already fighting, though, in the arena. They kill him, and then they go, well, I guess it's over.
Yep, not a
Big tips onto Lil. Honestly, my MVP as well.